Yes, my G's. This one's a bit of a crazy one still. It all started out so well. Day 4, continuing from where we left off on day 3, which was the floorboards. So as you see, I've got 3 more panels to lift off. The plan was to deal with this and then get the stud wall in, but you'll see what happens. Anyway, man, this renovation, man, I've had to learn so many new skills. It's really a really big learning curve for me, and I'm enjoying it, man. I'm tired. Like I've been doing a lot of work. Even outside of this project, I've been doing a lot of work. So it's just, yeah, it's piling up. But when it's all said and done, I'm going to be proud of it. So yeah, I'm happy about that. You know the drill. I like talking about different people along the way. And today, I want to talk about my friend Scott. Now, Scott is someone who I met at some firm I was working at. He's another engineer. Like, I'm not going to say too much of his business, but this guy, yeah, he was like a professional videographer and photographer and an engineer. And he was really like successful in the videography and the photography. And he had really big contracts with the council and stuff like that. And he didn't really need to be an engineer. But he said to me, the reason he chose to be an engineer was because he liked having some sort of structure. With his business, he got to like kind of work when he wanted to, and he didn't really have any set schedule. And he liked routine. He liked being able to go to work on the set days per week and then do his business on the other days. He kind of opened my eyes to the fact that sometimes people are at work for different reasons. So you might think that everyone's on the same thing as you, and you might feel like everyone's just here because they just need the money. And most people are just there just because they need the money. But some people really don't need the money, and they're there because they just like the job. They like some sort of structure. They like some sort of routine. And yeah, that was the case with him. But although he wanted the routine, and although he showed me that side to things, yeah, which was quite eye-opening, that's not the reason why he's so significant to me. This guy is so significant to me because he was quite a free thinker, and he still is. He's just a free thinker. He's somebody who he's made something of himself, and he just does what he feels to do, and therefore it allows him to look at a lot of things objectively. And he really opened my mind up to a lot of different people, like different philosophers, different intellectuals. And at first, before I get into that, I finally got the floorboards up. So it's a bit of a celebration dance. Hey.
My motherfucking fault, man.
Alright, so getting my little thumbnail together now. This part of the video, I got called downstairs to attend to something, and I was told, wear some clothes you don't mind throwing straight into the wash. So yeah.
Well, they're grim. How big is that fucker though? I feel like I got AIDS instantly.
Oh, it's filth. You can even see there's a bit of mold on the back. And that plug socket wasn't working, and this was the reason.
No way.
Oh, that flag just flew out of the AIDS pit.
Gripping him properly. This is fucked up. He keeps on slipping out the grippers. Oh, he's up. Oh, he's down. He's up. You see that? You see him? You see what he's doing? Hello, mate. Hello. Go on, get in there, you cunt.
That was a big boy.
Alright, time for a little baby one. Good thing got the fucking big boy out first, because that's why that fucking electric's don't work. Come on, little man.
It might not seem it on camera, but yeah, in real life that was fucking huge.
Here's the little one. See him? Shall I see closer? There you go, mate. Fucking, there's better places than I have to be. Get this tissue off.
Oh, if you could see my face right now, I'm disgusted even watching this.
Done. Alright. Let this be a message to any other rat brethren. If you fuck about, you will find out. Peace out.
Oh yeah. Also at this part of the video, I wanted to plumb in this washing machine, but the waste pipe was completely destroyed. I didn't film outside because it just wasn't an appropriate time to film outside. I had people out there, it was just all on. But yeah, the waste pipe going into the wall was blocked up by this Brillo pad or something. And on the other side, it was just cracked. Like it wasn't even on. There was just one bit going through the wall that was cracked up, and then there was 2 bits of length of pipe that were just resting against the wall. So I had to reinstall the waste pipe and get it back to the drain system. As I say, I didn't film it, but yeah, probably on one of my next videos I'll show you how it's looking. We're going back upstairs to do the stud wall now.
Okay, so it's time to build the stud wall. All of these floorboards have been lifted up already. I just put them down again so that I have something to walk on, so I'm not just walking on all these joists. But I need to build a stud wall going from that corner all the way across to that wall. So I don't know if you could tell from the camera, but the room gets wider at the end, and that's perfect because now we get to make it a perfect rectangle, and we can utilize the space in the corner from there, as I say, up to this corner, to put the pipework behind the wall. I also need to put a stud wall at the back wall as well, covering up the boiler. I'm going to have a panel there that you can remove to do inspections and service the boiler, but as you can see, there's not really nothing under these floorboards. It's just joists, and then you got the Victorian plasterboard for the ceiling in the kitchen and the current shower room. So the plan is to connect some 2x4 there just to reinforce it a bit so it's a little bit more sturdy along to the end, and then I'm going to put in some new floorboards, but just in that section for now. I still want to leave this bit under here open so that when I'm doing my waste pipe for the walk-in shower and the wet room section, and also the waste pipe for the bath. Yeah, I'm going to have to do spotlights in there as well, so I'll be doing that at some point, probably in another video.
But anyway, back to my friend Scott. So he told me about Alan Watts, and like if you check out Alan Watts, like he's a very insightful person. He told me about Jordan B. Peterson and a few other people, Ben Shapiro. He showed me a lot of different people, and at the time I didn't know anything about these people really. So I started looking into them, yeah, and there was a book that was coming out around about the same time called 12 Rules to Life from Jordan B. Peterson. So I got it, and this was like the first book that I actually read from start to finish as an adult by choice. Because before that, it's like I wasn't really into really books. I felt like it was a chore to read them, and I don't know, it just wasn't really how I grew up. I didn't really grow up thinking, oh yeah, let me get entertained by a book or something like that. And this wasn't really entertainment either. It was more just insightful life lessons. So yeah, I read that, and that was like one of the things that really changed my life as well. So I appreciate Jordan B. Peterson, but even more so, I appreciate the person who brought my attention to Jordan B. Peterson, because that was a great book and it made me really think about my life and how I was living. And I really started making incremental changes from that point on. So yeah, man, big up Scott, man. He done more for me than I can even explain. And he's very inspirational. There's a few other details about him, yeah, that make him really inspirational, but I don't want to say too much about his life, innit? But just know that this guy's got himself together, and he was someone who I wanted to be like. And he grew up similarly to me. He didn't have the greatest upbringing, and he had like a lot of trauma in his coming up. So yeah, man, I really like him, man, and I really respect him. I haven't seen him for a long time, but whenever I was getting ready to start the podcast as well, he gave me a lot of advice with that. And I probably didn't utilize the advice adequately because I'm just learning every step in it, and he's just so much wiser than me. But he was just somebody who really impacted my life in a positive way. So yeah, big him up, man. I appreciate him. But yeah, at this point, as you can see in the video, I'm cutting these floorboards, and you can probably see it's a bit of a weird way I'm doing it. Like I'm just doing like one strip, but that's because I just want to have this bit behind the stud wall, and I just want the stud wall to go on top of it. So yeah, man, I'm just cutting down the little bits and getting them in. This one, the floor was, in certain parts, the floors are not even in it. So I had to put some sort of bracket in there that I'll obviously have to take out when I put the other layer on. But everything else around it should secure it. So anyway, my plan was to just build out this stud wall at an angle and put all the pipe work behind it. I was using a laser level to get it as close to how I wanted it as possible. I found my first joist pretty easily. I was just lucky. I just went straight up and it went straight into a joist. Then I found my second joist, and that was just straight up as well. So I was like, okay, like I'm just going good. But this third joist, I just could not find it. I was drilling and I just couldn't find it. I would measure the gap between. I'd try everywhere in that area. I drilled it up about 3-4 times in the same area, like just a bit further down, and it just wouldn't. I just couldn't find this flipping thing.
Okay, so I've spent the last 20 minutes or so trying to fucking work out where the joists are above the ceiling, and they're not the same. The distance between them seems to be just random. Either way, it's getting on my tits. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna cut an inspection panel. I need to do it anyway to do the spotlight, so fuck it, that's what I'm doing.
But yeah, that's not the neatest square, but yeah, that was the plan. Just build up a little square and then stick my head above the ceiling to just see what the situation is. So at this point, I didn't know what is there, joist there, or what's even going on here. Yeah, it was annoying. I was not ready for what I found.
Nah, mate. You do not know what I just clocked onto. Alright, let me show you. Oh. Just tons and tons of rat droppings. Oh, it's all dropping on the floor. Oh. Oh, you motherfucker. Oh. That is instant AIDS. Oh. The fuck. Oh my days, man. Oh, that's filth. Absolute filth. Alright. I think that's where today's video ends.
I was gutted.
Oh. I don't even want to breathe out here right now. I'm gonna have to spend about half an hour, 45 minutes fucking decontaminating this whole area. And I'm sure you guys don't want to see that, so I'm just gonna call it a wrap on today's video. As you can see, there's still rat droppings. Oh, you motherfucker. Oh, it's everywhere. Oh, it's all on the floor. Alright. Until next time. Social engineer out.
Yeah, bro. That was just a tiny little square. So if you think about it, the amount of rat shit that's probably above that ceiling is unreal. And all of that was just dawning on me, man. But anyway, man, stay tuned to see what happened the next day. If you made it this far, thanks for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button.